Hello, and welcome to our RaDEEo Drama Short Showcase. Instead of having a single story, today's performance consists of 9 different segments, all chosen by members of the cast. Credits will be read at the end of each segment, and there will be a 10-minute intermission between the 4th and 5th. Please note that this is a live performance, and the cast has had no rehearsals together, so there may be occasional stumbles in the dialogue. In addition, we would like to note that some segments contain adult language and non-graphic descriptions of violence. Listener discretion is advised. We're expecting to have a lot of fun, and hope you will too. And now, please enjoy our first segment, Over the Garden Wall, Mad Love. We join our cast in a fancy dining hall. Sitting at the table is Endicott, an older man in an expensive maroon waistcoat and thinning gray hair. Wirt, a teenage boy wearing a blue Civil War cloak, red cone-shaped hat, and messy brown hair. Greg, a young lad in green short overalls and wearing a teapot on his head. A frog, a bluebird named Beatrice, and Fred, the horse.
Yes, tea! That's my trade. Quincy Endicott's health tea.
Your tea sounds good.
Oh, never touched the stuff myself.
Blech, me either.
Yes, it's all for the money. Yes, the money takes my mind off my troubles, the deep, soul-crushing loneliness. Yes, the more money I make, the bigger my mansion gets, the more lost I feel. Why, this house is so big, I sometimes don't even know who or where I am.
Yeah, well, I'm glad your nephews were able to pay a visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a pleasure it is to have company. A perfect pleasure, lads. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Endicott and Greg dance on the table while Wirt whispers to Beatrice.
Beatrice, why are you pretending I'm this guy's nephew?
We need money.
You're scamming him?
I was thinking more like flat out stealing from him.
What? No way.
Why not? We already stole a horse.
Hey guys.
No, we didn't. Fred's a talking horse. He can do whatever he wants.
I want to steal.
What? You guys are bonkers.
If we're going to Adelaide's, we need 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys do what you want. 2 cents? Only 2 cents?
Yeah, we need 2 pennies to take the ferry to Adelaide's pasture.
Ha ha! Come, everyone! Let us retire to the parlor and enjoy my unnecessary excess of wealth and luxury. Ha ha ha!
Well, maybe he just has some loose change somewhere he wouldn't mind us taking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Endicott shows everyone into his parlor, which is filled with fancy paintings, rugs, and Fabergé eggs.
Behold, nephew, the majesty of wealth.
Ooh.
What was that?
What's wrong, Uncle Endicott? Your forehead is all sweaty.
My nerves, my nerves are a bust these days.
How come?
Yeah. Yes. Maybe it would be good to talk to somebody. Well, actually, it all began one day when I was exploring my exceedingly large and labyrinthine manor here. I happened upon a section of the house I didn't even recall building. Isn't that funny? Must have been the old wing. But it was lit in a rather sort of eerie light. And I pressed on. And then I saw the painting of the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And that's when things took a rather strange turn. From that day on, I was obsessed with the woman in the portrait. She consumed my every thought. I had fallen in love with a ghost.
Beatrice and Fred are on the other side of the room, looking at a particularly opulent Fabergé egg.
Ooh.
It's too big. Get a grip.
Oh, I must sound crazy, mustn't I? Perhaps it's time for you all to leave my treasure-filled home.
No.
No.
Yeah, Unky, I want to see the ghost.
Oh, how I long to see her. Just once again as well. Yes.
To the painting.
Yes!
Oh boy, ghost hunt.
Fred, go with them. Buy me some time.
While I'm at it, I'll steal other stuff too.
Beatrice and Wirt stay behind while the others go ghost hunting. Left unsupervised, they wreck the parlor, breaking Fabergé eggs, taking paintings off the wall, and tearing up a couch.
We're supposed to just be looking for loose change.
That's what I'm.
Wirt catches a vase that Beatrice knocks over when checking it for money.
Oops. That's what I'm doing.
Well, let's not try to break any more.
Wirt accidentally knocks over and breaks the vase he just saved.
Ah! Gah!
Oh, hey, you didn't check the armoire.
They freeze when they hear a tapping sound.
Endicott's back. Hide!
The source of the noise is actually a white peacock tapping on the window. Elsewhere, the rest of the crew walks down a hallway lined with portraits.
Is that the portrait?
No.
Is that the portrait?
No. Look, why don't I just tell you when we reach the portrait?
Okay. What's the matter, Unky? You seem tense.
You know me well, nephew. Yes, the truth is I'm frightened.
Of a ghost? Ghosts are just floaty things.
Oh, no. Not afraid of the ghost. I mean, I'm afraid what if there's no ghost? What if I'm on the brink of madness? Maybe the doctors were right. Come along, boys. Back to the parlor.
Parlor? What would anyone go to the parlor for? There's nobody in the parlor. Certainly nobody after your money.
Yeah, no giving up now, old man. It's got to be a ghost.
But how can you be so certain?
Because I really, really want to see a ghost. Really bad.
Oh.
Phew.
Back in the armoire,
Okay. I think they're gone. Beatrice, you there?
Bah, yes, smart guy. Start searching for change.
I can't see anything in here.
he feels around and finds some coats.
Well, I don't think these coats have pockets.
Check the lining. Maybe somebody sewed money into the fabric.
Nope. Do people even do that?
I've done it on my clothes.
You wear clothes? Like a little bird vest or something? Or like little bows?
When I was human, fool.
You used to be human. Did I know that? I don't think I knew that.
Jiminy Cricket. Let's just find some coins, all right? Open the door.
It's stuck. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to spend some quality time together.
Help!
Meanwhile, Endicott leads the others into
The greenhouse! Ah, this is where I grow my camellia for testing new teas. Perhaps we should savor the quiet tranquility of this place.
As the group takes in the greenhouse, the peacock crashes through the glass wall of the enclosure and screeches.
A ghost! I can't do it!
Uncle Endicott, it's just a funny chicken.
Yes, one of my prize-winning roasting peacocks. Yes, with all this love in my brain, I forgot to feed them. It's almost as though I've lost my mind.
We can look for that after we find our ghosts. Heave ho!
Yes, heave ho! Into the abyss, never to return.
Anyone want to go back to the parlor?
Back in the armoire,
Hey, are you still there?
Yes, Wirt, I'm still here.
So, how did you become a bluebird?
Hey, what's that?
Don't change the subject.
There's a breeze coming out of here.
Oh, yeah. Whoa!
What?
they pull away a small board in the back of the armoire, revealing an opening into a cobblestone room with what seems to be the backside of a fireplace.
A secret entrance. So, about your dark secret.
Hey, how about you tell me your dark secrets instead, huh?
My secrets are too secret. Hey, look, light.
He peers out of the fireplace window.
Whoa, now who's avoiding the question?
You.
Fine, I threw a rock at a bluebird, it cursed me and my family, and now we're all bluebirds. Happy? Now you go.
Whoa, your whole family?
Yeah.
Is that why you're going to Adelaide's to fix things?
That was the plan, but yeah, that was the plan.
It'll all work out.
All I know is I'm never going back till I make them until I can make them human again. Do pretty much anything.
All right, my turn, huh? Okay. Well, it's weird to admit it, but I have this crush on this girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's all?
And I think about her a lot, and I play the clarinet.
Wirt, you gotta be kidding me.
And I secretly whisper poetry to myself in my room at night.
Wirt, that stuff's not weird. Those are just. Okay, the poetry thing is weird, but those are just character traits. You played clarinet?
Sort of.
They climb out of the fireplace and into another parlor.
What else do you do?
I don't know. Hey, does this room look different to you?
How so?
It's like French Rococo style that doesn't really seem to line in with Endicott's Georgian sensibilities.
Who on earth am I talking to right now?
Should I not know that kind of stuff?
Endicott probably just built it without thinking, right?
Or whoa, yeah, what if the ghost he was talking about was actually
The others reach the end of the hallway they were originally traversing.
This is the room where I first saw her.
Whoa! Just a bedroom?
Just a bedroom, my nephew? This is the chamber of mine own true love. And here she stands, hovering above us like the blinding sun.
The woman in the portrait has a pompadour and is wearing a long blue dress and a bodice with a white shawl.
No ghost?
No ghost? Then I am mad.
Don't be mad. Hey, what's this suspicious mess over here?
Greg points at what seems to be someone's afternoon tea spilled all over the floor.
Looks like there was a struggle. A violent struggle.
What are you implying, my equine friend?
Nothing. I'm just. Endicott is a crazy lunatic who did away with the lady of the house and is now pretending to own the place.
What? Who do you think you are making accusations? I see it now. You're after my money. Do you know what I did for this money? The things these filthy hands have done to make this money?
I'll never steal again, I swear. I'll get an honest job.
And what say you, nephew?
I'm confused.
Well then. She comes for me.
Wait, Unky, face your fears.
The woman depicted in the portrait walks into the room. Both the woman and Endicott faint. Later, Endicott is awoken by Wirt.
Mr. Endicott, are you alright?
Psst, ghost.
What do you want with me, spirit?
Spirit? But you're the ghost.
My lady, I assure you I am flesh and blood, and I welcome you to my home.
Your home, good sir. You're in my home.
Impossible!
The woman leads everyone out to the garden, where she pulls back some vines to reveal a gold plaque that reads, Marguerite Grey Tea.
Look here, you see, this is my Camilla garden for my tea company.
Marguerite Grey? Why, with all due respect, madam, this is my tea garden.
Endicott pulls away vines on the opposite side of the garden to reveal a bronze plaque that reads, Quincy Endicott Brand Tea.
Quincy Endicott?
Your guys' mansions are so huge that they're actually connected.
You mean to tell me that beautiful ghost was really just
That dashing spectre was really just
my
my
business
business
competitor?
competitor.
The two kiss and
right,
then walk
right.
outside with the others.
Well, Greg, my boy, I can't thank you enough for helping me to face my fears. You're a sweet boy with good sense. Take this penny and start your fortune.
And here's one from me as well.
Hey, nice. Now we can ride the ferry. Well, everybody, I think it's time we head to Adelaide of the Pasture, the good woman of the woods. What about you, Fred? Are you coming with us?
Fred is now carrying 2 barrels on his back and is wearing a floral garland and a Quincy Endicott Brand Tea banner.
No thanks. I got a real job now as an official tea horse.
Well, then, I guess that's it.
Off you go, the lot of you.
Goodbye.
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 And don't forget to buy Endicott Brand Tea.
Hey, Wirt, you did good back there.
Yeah?
You got a lot more going for you than I thought. Huh?
Beatrice watches Greg throw his 2 pennies into a fountain, where a catfish swallows them.
Greg, our pennies! Why did you do that?
Because Uncle Endicott pegged me all wrong. I've got no sense. No sense at all.
We hope you enjoyed our performance of Over the Garden Wall, Mad Love. Wirt was played by Mary Rivette. Quincy Endicott was played by Cam Griffin. Beatrice was played by Abby Brenner. Fred was played by Regis Beast. Greg was played by Denny Hill. Lady Marguerite Grey was played by Lealin Queen. And narration was done by me, Hayes Converse.
And now, please enjoy our next segment, The Writer's Room. I can't believe this.
Mark, calm down.
I can't believe this.
It's not that big a deal.
This isn't even our assignment. We're supposed to be ghostwriting his kid's autobiography.
I hate nepotism.
Amen to that.
It's not that big of a speech. It'll take us half an hour. It's not like we're writing the 95 Theses.
I don't care if we're writing the Four Noble Truths. It's the principle, Matthew. Now, I don't mind if we're covered for some poor schmuck who has to go to Damascus for his second cousin's bar mitzvah. That's different. He'd do the same for me. But coming in on a Sunday to do a last-minute rewrite on the Sinai speech is too much, Matthew, too much.
All right, just calm down, okay? It's starting to look like Sodom and Gomorrah in here.
I'm going back to freelancing. I swear, I'm going back to freelancing.
Oh, ho, ho, and what an illustrious career you had.
Shut up, Luke.
The critics were laying palm fronds at your feet.
Shut up, Luke.
The greatest work of literature this side of Genesis.
I'm warning you.
Hey, what's this all about?
The Book of Stan.
That was you?
Look, I just got off a weekend at the Dionysus Festival. You tried writing with an Uzo hangover.
I think I could do better than 300 pages worth of glorified toilet paper.
Okay, you want to open up Pandora's box? Let's open up Pandora's box.
Mark, it's not worth it. Calm down.
You're going down like the walls of Jericho.
Whoa, friends, whoa, let's slow down a little bit. We don't have to fight. Why don't we just take a moment and align our chakras? We could all get together and sit in a circle and be together, you know? Just really be together. Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
We got him on loan from the Buddhists.
Ah. Hi.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, I'm good. Let me tell you something. This is the Wrath of God school of writing. Save your namby-pamby, hippy-dippy piece crap for the 1960s. What's your name, anyway?
Harold.
Harold?
Yeah?
Harold? How's that gonna look in the history books? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Harold? Holy vey. Let's just get back to work.
Get back to work? We haven't even started yet.
Alright, so let's get started. What, I have to do everything?
All right, calm down. I've got his notes.
All right, what's the bad news?
There is no bad news, remember? It's all good news.
Is that a gospel joke? That was terrible.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what a wow.
Well, he liked our comparative essay on morality, thought it had a lot of potential.
Forget about potential. What's the oh wow?
He wants it cut back to point form.
Point form?
Yeah, an even 10.
An even 10? Yeah, he's the best theological writers in the business, and he wants an even 10 point form?
The ego on this guy. I mean, he's already the creator of the universe, and now he wants to be Stephen Colbert?
Okay, fine. Yes, good, yes, fine, yes, good. Great, we'll write it, we'll get it done, and then we'll go home. So, what can we salvage from the essay?
Not a lot. Looks like we've got no killing, no stealing, and no lying.
We need 7 more? What else is there?
Sundays off.
What?
You heard me. I want this down in writing. I don't want this kind of crap happening again. I want it on paper, in ink, Sundays off.
All right, all right. Don't have to bite my head off.
Hey, how about that? Thou shalt not bite people's heads off.
I really think that's covered under the umbrella of no killing.
All right, all right. Okay, well, we want the no God but me thing in there, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's good, and we'll keep that, and we'll add no worshipping idols and no slandering his name.
Aren't those two sort of redundant?
If he wants an even 10-point for him on a Sunday, he'll get what he gets.
Yeah, fair enough.
My friends, I have an idea.
This should be interesting.
Yes, Harold, grace us with your intellect.
Well, why doesn't everyone, just be happy with what they have? Like, if I have a stash and the guy next to me has a larger stash, I shouldn't let that harsh my mellow because we're just going to share it all anyway. Yeah.
That's almost usable.
Same goes for chicks, man. Yeah.
Trying to sell free love to my wife. I'll pay for your ride to the hospital.
Oh, okay. No adultery and no coveting of possessions.
All right.
Or chicks.
Coveting.
I just got a word of the day calendar.
All right.
All right, so that's 9. All right, one more.
Let's see. It's got to be something that puts the fear of God into them.
Yeah.
How about, okay, how about remember your mom's birthday?
What?
3 months ago. I forget my mom's birthday, and only yesterday does she stop leaving me angry voicemails.
Matthew, that has got to be the lamest thing I have ever heard in my life. Why don't you go and sit with Nirvana Joe over there?
My name's Harold.
Oh, shut up, Putz!
You got a better idea, Mark?
All right, put it in. Thou shalt not forget thy mom's birthday.
Okay, that's 10.
Good, let's go home. I'll drop it on his desk on the way out.
You sure? It's really rough. You don't want to polish it at all?
You kidding? It's not like it's written in stone. We hope you enjoyed our performance of The Writer's Room. Matthew was played by Celeste English. Luke was played by Joel Guttman. Harold was played by Hayes Converse. Mark was played by me, Sean Robert. The Writer's Room was written by Andrew Cowden and originally produced in video format by online comedy troupe Loading Ready Run.
Now, please enjoy our next segment, an excerpt from The Addams Family. Gordon, the man impersonating Fester Addams, is shown to Fester's room, opens his luggage, and pulls out a chainsaw. As he puts it on a table, Morticia walks in.
Unpacking? Let me.
Oh, it's all right. I can do it.
Morticia ignores him and begins removing various items from the trunk.
A crowbar? Dynamite? Cyanide?
She turns to her guest, who looks terrified.
Fester. As if we'd run out.
She hands him the vial of poison and turns to leave.
Good night.
As soon as Morticia is gone, Fester slams his case shut and goes to his door, putting his ear against it for a moment. When he hears nothing, he peeks out and sees Wednesday standing in the doorway of her room across the hall, staring back at him. They regard each other for a moment before Fester retreats into his room again.
Nosy little brat.
He begins looking at the various mementos strewn about. He picks up a dusty picture frame containing a portrait of a young Fester and Gomez, each in dog-carrying cases, being held by their father in front of a crude wooden sign that says Camp Custer. He puts it down and picks up a double frame containing pictures of identical twin girls. Flora is imprinted below the photo on the left, and the fauna beneath the right. Fester hears the soft creaking of a door closing and checks the hall again. Wednesday's door is shut, but her absence does little to comfort him. He closes his door again, turns off the lights, and flops onto his bed. A cloud of dust is released as he sinks into the mattress. Nevertheless, he allows himself to get comfortable and closes his eyes, but they pop back open when he hears his door opening.
Who's there?
He sees a shadow and slowly pulls a knife out of his boot. Lightning strikes and his window flies open, letting in a gust of wind that blows out 2 of the 3 candles beside his bed. He shakily uses the last candle to light the other two. Fester sits up just in time for Thing to jump onto the bed and grab his leg. Down the hall, Gomez and Morticia snuggle as they listen to Fester's terrified screams.
My own dear brother. I've got goosebumps.
I know.
Screams in the night. It can only mean one thing.
He's home.
They smile and gaze out into the torrential downpour as Fester continues to scream. The next morning, Gomez stands in Fester's room, watching him sleep. Thing snoozes on Fester's chest, just below Fester's actual right hand. Gomez gently lifts Thing, waking Fester in the process. The startled man pounces onto Gomez, pinning him to the floor with his knife against his throat.
Breakfast?
Gomez grabs the knife and flips Fester over himself so they're both on the ground, heads beside each other.
Damn, it's good to have you back. Let's go.
He stands and begins walking out, but pauses and turns, glancing at the still downed Fester.
2 out of 3.
He tosses Fester's knife back at him, the blade sticking into the floor right beside his head. Downstairs, Granny serves breakfast. Everyone but Pugsley is already there.
Home cooking. There's nothing like it in the world.
May I have the salt?
Fester reaches for the shaker and begins moving it towards Wednesday.
What do we say?
Now.
Granny tosses some sort of green slop onto Fester's plate.
What is this?
Maman's spécialité de la maison.
Oh, Tish.
Start with the eyes.
Did you sleep well, Fester?
Like the dead.
Really? Who would have thought the Bermuda Triangle could change a man so much? Used to toss and turn all night. We had to change you to the bedposts.
It doesn't make sense.
The Bermuda Triangle is such a large and mysterious place. You'd be surprised at all the things we don't know.
She certainly would. Wednesday adores the Bermuda Triangle. She studies it. Death at sea. She's hooked.
Ask me anything.
Fester turns his back on Wednesday and addresses Gomez.
Being in my old room sure brings back memories. Remember Camp Custer?
For preteen offenders.
Oh, aren't those memories precious? I'd like to spend a day today wandering through the house, remembering.
No. Sorry, old man. No wandering today. Today, we're going straight to the vault.
Pugsley runs into the room, dragging a freshly stolen stop sign still on its pole. Gomez holds up a finger, shushing everyone. The sound of screeching car wheels, honking horns, and a collision are heard.
Bravo, Pugsley.
After breakfast, Gomez takes Fester to the den and reaches for a book on the shelf. Fester reads the title with him.
Greed.
They laugh gleefully as the bookcase swings open and they walk into the secret passage.
I feel like we're children again.
They reach a small circular room with dozens of rusty chains hanging overhead. Gomez grabs one of the chains and slaps Fester on the shoulder.
You're it!
He pulls the chain and the floor falls out from under them, sending them down a slide.
Playmate, come on and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my wain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore.
The slide deposits Gomez and Fester on a dock beside an underground river as Twitch is swiftly running up a DMCA strike. Gomez is all high spirits, while Fester is wobbly.
Smell that air, Fester.
Fester inhales dutifully and gags.
Like a tomb.
Gomez strides to the end of the dock, where a Venetian gondola is waiting.
Tutti a brodo. Fratello mio, the sea your second home.
Fester boards the gondola gingerly, looking queasy.
Ships ahoy!
Gomez winds up in old Victrola. puts on a straw gondolier's hat and sings an aria as he sets sail. Upstairs, Wednesday and Pugsley explore the attic together. Wednesday stands in front of an electric chair while Pugsley plays with a miniature guillotine.
Do you think that's really Uncle Fester?
Father says so, but I think Mother isn't sure. Pugsley, sit in the chair
Why?
so we can play a game.
Pugsley sits in the chair and Wednesday begins strapping him in.
What game?
It's called Is There a God?
Underground, still singing, Gomez pulls toward a massive metal door set into the rocky wall of a grotto. He docks the boat and leaps out excitedly, immediately moving to the oversized combination lock on the door.
The vault! 2 to the right, 10 to the left, and then around 2,
5?
11. 2, 10, 11. Eyes, fingers, toes. So many years.
Gomez slowly opens the door, revealing what looks like a decrepit 19th century men's club. Torn red leather chairs and settees, an assortment of torture devices, rare taxidermied animals, and a drinking bar with a cracked mirror behind it.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Our secret place, Sanctus Sanctorum. If these walls could speak, eh, old man?
What would they say?
You tell me!
You go first,
Senior partner.
Junior Spaceman.
First to brandy. Do the honors. I've got a real treat in store.
Gomez begins rummaging through a box of film reels while Festa goes to the bar.
Where is it, you ridiculous imbecile?
Festa pockets a silver cocktail jigger, then uncorks one of the many glass bottles on the bar. As soon as the cork pops up, the bar and the aura of the floor next to it begins spinning, stopping after half a rotation. Festa turns around to find himself in a room filled with gold coins, jewels, bizarre but priceless statuary, and other treasures. 3 hallways filled with glittering objects extend as far as the eye can see. Gomez is too busy using a club to beat a snarling creature he finds in the film box to notice the movement behind him. Festa stares at the treasure, slack-jawed, but before he can grab anything, the bar rotates again, returning him to the main sanctum. Gomez turns around just as Festa returns, triumphantly holding up a reel.
Aha! Showtime!
The film is a home movie of a young Gomez and Festa, shark fins strapped to their backs, sneaking through the reeds next to a lake filled with swimmers. The film jump cuts to Festa holding a crate of dynamite in front of another part of the lake, with a fishing boat in the background. The 2 men laugh and drink from absurdly large glasses together. The next cut is of the ADDAMS boys at a formal ball. They look both sinister and dashing in their tuxedos, Gomez already smoking his trademark cigar. The 2 approach a pair of identical twins.
There! The debutante ball. Remember that fateful night?
Of course, you're a cigar.
What? Come on, old man. I've smoked since I was 5. Mother insisted.
On the screen, a waist-up shot of the boys each dancing with their dates is shown.
Flora and fauna. Quite the pair, eh, Gomez?
For the first time today, Gomez looks sad.
Can you ever forgive me?
What?
I didn't love them, yet I booed them both out of foolish pride. You were so dashing, you could have had any woman you wanted, dead or alive. I was jealous. Insanely jealous. I admit that. But I did not mean to drive you off. Not to the Bermuda Triangle.
Water under the bridge. Forgiven, forgotten.
Gomez embraces Festa lovingly for several seconds, before turning the hug into a painful headlock. Festa gasps for breath.
Come on! Say it! Say the secret password!
Password?
Come on! Stop fooling! You remember!
Please, I I'm choking. Please.
Gomez, perplexed, releases Fester.
You forgot our secret password? The word we used 100 times a day. Our special private name for each other.
That was a long time ago when we were children. You almost killed me, you demented freak.
Poor devil. What did they do to you in that Bermuda Triangle?
In the attic, Wednesday puts the electric chair's metal helmet on Pugsley.
But if he's not Uncle Fester, then who is he?
Somebody else.
Wednesday flips the chair's power switch.
Why?
It has to warm up
Why?
so it can kill you.
I know that, but why would Dr. Pinderschloss tell a lie?
Because she wants something. Do you have any last requests?
Can I have some ice cream?
No.
Then just do it.
We hope you enjoyed that selection from the Addams family. Fester was played by Lealin Queen. Gomez was played by Danny Hill. Morticia was played by Celeste English. Wednesday was played by Abby Brenner. Pugsley was played by Hayes Converse. Granny was played by Cam Griffin. The singer and the kazoo were played by Joel Guttman. And narration was done by me, Reach is Beast.
And now, please enjoy our next segment, the Dragon Ball Z abridged movie, Revenge of Cooler.
The following is a non-profit fan-based parody. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
Inside a spaceship, an alien watches footage of Frieza killing Bardock and destroying planet Vegeta. For those who aren't familiar with DBZ, it is a long story.
Monsieur Cooler, it seems your brother Frieza is destroying the planet Vegeta.
Very impressive, killing off a bunch of monkeys. Any liquored-up hillbilly with a shotgun could have done that at the zoo.
Wait, sir. It seems he has missed one ship. We are within range to intercept.
No, let it go.
But why?
Because if he's going to whine to our father about control over an entire system like a spoiled little brat, then he is going to accept responsibility. If this comes back to bite him, that's his fault.
Planet Vegeta explodes. 27 years later, Cooler's spaceship is stationed on a deserted wasteland of a planet. What happened during those 27 years? It's a long story.
Monsieur Cooler, your brother, Lord Frieza, he has been killed.
Oh, is that right? And who, Sousa, killed him?
It was a Saiyan.
Well, I sure hope somebody picks up that phone.
The what?
Because I fucking called it.
On Earth, Krillin is cooking stew while he and Gohan, Oolong, and Icarus, the dragon, enjoy a camping trip.
I can't believe your mom's letting you go camping with us after that whole Namek thing.
Well, I had to make the excuse that I'm studying fauna. I have to chart down 12 different species of fern.
Wow, that smells fantastic. What's in there?
Oh, just some essentials. Carrots, potatoes,
He glances at Oolong, his pig-like companion.
porpoise?
At a nearby lake, a giant fish breaches the surface, followed by Goku, who is smaller than the fish, holds the animal by its tail.
Halt, stalwart stranger. If you let me go, I shall grant you one wish.
I wish for you to be my dinner.
The sound of Goku punching the fish can be heard throughout the forest.
Help! 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 Someone help! Oh no! Oh no!
Huh?
Oh no!
Whoa! Sounds like Goku caught a big one this time.
Actually, something feels off.
A green figure appears behind Gohan.
Go on! Look out! It's the whole...
He is knocked out from behind.
And Krillin, ah!
The large green man grabs Gohan by his tail.
Goodbye, muscle control.
Hey, look what I got right here. Cute little thing, ain't he?
As a space Frenchman, I must say this food is completely detestable. The pork is completely overcooked.
Rot in hell, Krillin. I almost ate that.
Goku appears, no fish in his hand. We don't know what happened to it.
Hey, you get away from my food. My friend, my two emergency foods, and my son. In that order.
Well, I believe that is the monkey we are looking for.
Wait, what did he just say? Oi! He said you're the monkey we're looking for. I don't. Alright, just tell me who you are.
Coolers
Coolers
Armor
Armor
Squadron!
I'm having the worst case of deja mustard right now.
The villains charge at Goku, who dodges all of their attacks.
Let's suck it, bitch!
Sauza fires a ki blast at Goku, who directs it at Knees, who barely dodges it. The three villains suddenly become fearful and look behind Goku.
Monsieur Cooler, we have this under control.
It took us 3 months to get here. I am not staying in the ship.
Goku turns and sees Cooler.
Freezer!
Ha! You think this is Frieza? No, he is cooler.
Cooler than Freezer? You must be ice cold.
No, that would be my father.
Gohan, who is now in the sky for no apparent reason, flies towards his father.
Dad, we're coming to help!
Oh, is that your son?
Yeah?
I'ma kill it.
Don't you do it.
I'ma do it.
Don't you do it.
Cooler fires I-beams at Gohan.
Dang it!
Goku flies up and protects Gohan, taking the blast himself. He is knocked unconscious and plummets into a river and then down a waterfall.
So, who thinks he's dead?
Dead.
That boy's dead as mud.
Well, too bad. I sign your paychecks. Search the forest.
You sick fuck.
Everywhere else, licking sounds can be heard in the darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Icarus is licking Krillin's face like a dog.
That's right, Marin. Lower. Lower.
Gross. Krillin wakes up.
What? Icarus? I didn't say stop.
Grosser. Elsewhere, Gohan has dragged Goku out of the river and into a cave.
Dad, wake up, please!
Oh, hey Gohan. Do you have Icarus? 'Cause I'm starving. Where are we anyway?
We're hidden in a cave. No one can find us, so we should be safe.
Cooler's squadron starts bombarding the entire forest with ki blasts. One of them hits the exterior of the cave, trapping Goku and Gohan inside.
Oh, crap baskets.
Soon enough, the entire forest is destroyed.
And now is the perfect place for a shopping mall. I will have a cigarette shop, a baguette restaurant, the Napoleon Museum, and the museum theater only showing films starring Jean Reno. Oh, I'm French!
Ah, I see a bunch of idle hands just standing around. So, where's the body?
Well, Monsieur Cooler, he has most likely been vaporized, much like a good portion of the forest.
Really? Because until I see a body, I believe my brother did a better job killing him than you. By the end of this, I'll have someone's corpse tied to the bumper of my ship.
Ooh, that sounds more like a promise than a threat. That night, Cooler's squadron searches for Goku from their ship in the sky while Krillin, Oolong, and Icarus search on foot, trying to stay out of sight.
Move!
Icarus stops and cries out to alert the others.
Icarus, if this is another dead rabbit, I swear to God I'm gonna kill you.
He says they're trapped under the rocks.
Go on! Goku! Are you in there?
Krillin! We're trapped under the rocks! We're running out of air! Help us!
Wait, why do you need my help? Can't Goku bench press a planet?
Krillin, move the damn rocks!
Soon enough, they've unburied the father and the son, but Goku is barely conscious.
Alright, Gohan, here's the plan. Take Icarus to Korin's tower so you don't alert their scouters. Pick up some senzu beans for Goku and hurry back.
Wait, why am I going?
Because last time I hung out with him, I totally forgot what his name was and just kept calling him Whiskers the Wonder Cat the whole time. It was really awkward.
Gohan takes to the skies riding on Icarus while Krillin and Goku remain hiding in the cave.
Krillin, what smells like dragon's breath?
Shame, Goku. Lots and lots of shame.
As morning approaches, Icarus begins showing signs of exhaustion.
Come on, Icarus, not much longer. Ah, the tower! I wonder how Yajirobe and Korin are doing.
Gohan arrives to find the couple arguing.
I told you to use the brush before you got in the shower. Your hair clogs up the drain.
And I told you to stay out of my kitty treats. Seriously, they're for cats. Why do you keep eating them?
I swear, the only reason I live here is because it's rent-free.
The only reason I let you live here is because you give the best belly rubs for 100 miles.
Don't say that in front of the kid.
What? You should be proud. How do you know? You know how to rub this pussy real good.
Can I have my sensu beans?
Don't worry about that line. He's a cat. He's a cat. What? Gohan, fine. Sure, here, fine.
Hey, those are my sensu beans. You can't just take them and I'm...
Hey, here's another one.
You prick. That's it. I'm done. Grab your stuff and get off my tower.
Just keep moving, Gohan.
You scared him off.
You were the one who's screaming your head off.
I want one.
I told you, I'm not ready for kids.
Well, when will you be ready for kids?
I don't know, okay?
Back to the cave.
Huh? It's morning. Goku, are you?
Goku smiles as he sleep talks.
Oh, yeah. That's right, Chi-Chi. Pour that maple syrup all over my breakfast. You beautiful lady who lives in my house.
Icarus and Gohan ride through the sky.
You know, Icarus, I know you like flying fast, but maybe we should be more careful now. Just to...
Well, hello, Diddy. Where's Donkey?
Gohan turns around and sees Cooler's armored squadron behind him. Sauza blasts Icarus, sending him towards the ground. Gohan jumps off and floats in the air.
Icarus!
Gohan dodges Knees' first punch, but is sent flying by the second. Dore catches him by the head.
Hey, boys! Remember when I said I once popped an ape's skull with my bare hands? Check this out.
He tightens his grip on Gohan, but gets hit from behind with a ki blast and releases Gohan.
Bloody hell!
He turns around and sees Piccolo.
Okay, I think I got this one. Pretty one, stupid one with weird powers.
Oi! I appreciate that, but I'd say I'm more handsome than pretty.
And my powers are not that weird.
Okay, I take it back. You're all stupid.
Someone check the clock, because I believe it's go time!
Dory charges Piccolo, but all he hits is his cape.
Olay!
Piccolo elbows Dory, sending him flying past Gohan, and then starts fighting Knees.
Gohan, you know what to do!
Yes, sir, Mr. Piccolo.
Gohan, in fact, does not know what to do and flies off, and Dory begins to pursue him.
I caught the little bugger!
I meant back me up!
He fires a ki blast at Knees, who evades it.
You babbling fool! He was aiming for Dore!
Piccolo kicks Knees while his ki blast blasts home on Dory.
Huh? Oh no. No, 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 no!
He tries blocking the ki blast with his hands.
No, 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 no!
Unsurprising to the audience, Dory is obliterated by that blast.
Is that
Knees
right?
stuns Piccolo with an attack.
That is right. I forgot you could do that. Brilliant. I'm going to go get that child. You finish off and brings back the body to Cooler. You know how he likes that.
Gotcha, bitch!
Piccolo grabs Knees and fries him with his own attack and then fires 2 ki blasts at Saiza. He was never stunned in the first place.
Huh?
Sauza parries the blasts.
Ha! Bon money me, but not bon enough.
Piccolo kicks him in the face.
Merde!
Sauza and Piccolo flying through the forest while Nail telepathically communicates with Piccolo. For those who aren't familiar with DBZ, Piccolo is fused with Nail. It is also a long story.
Hey, you know what this reminds me of? That scene from Return of the Jedi.
Not now, Nail.
While music from Return of the Jedi plays, Sauza fires a ki blast that destroys a small portion of the force and takes a moment to catch his breath while standing on a tree.
Huh?
He dodges multiple attacks from Piccolo, who is now attacking by stretching his arms like Monkey D. Luffy the pirate.
Wow, I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah, I forget about him sometimes too.
Sauza creates a glowing energy blade on his hand.
Oh man, speaking of Star Wars, check that out. Lightsaber!
Sauza cuts Piccolo's gi with a familiar sound effect.
Lightsabers don't stick out of people's arms.
Totally making the same sound. You can't make that up.
Piccolo grabs Sauza's arms. You can't do that to a lightsaber.
If you strike me down, I will only become
Piccolo punts him above the tree line.
And it's good! You insolent slug! You may have killed our men, but he won't let you get away with this.
Oh, really? And who's he?
That's he with a capital H, by the way.
Piccolo is hit in the chest with a ki blast. Back in the cave again.
Goku, you okay?
I've got a fever.
Oh no, what should I...
And the only prescription is Icarus.
What?
Dragon meat is yummy, and I really want it in my tummy.
Dad, I'm back.
What took you so long?
I lost Icarus halfway here, but I have these sensu beans.
Aw, but those are bland and tasteless.
As Gohan is about to hand the bag of sensu beans to Krillin, the bag is hit with a ki blast and is lit on fire. Dun dun dun!
You know, in my experience, cooking them actually makes them taste worse.
Sauza stands outside the cave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw you risking your life for those, and I thought, wow, those must be important. Please tell me they were important.
Those were our only hope, you bastard!
Krillin charges at Sauza while Gohan pulls the extra bean Yajirobe gave him out of his belt.
Oh, it hurts. Oh,
Krillin, no! I probably should have mentioned I still have this one. Here, Dad, eat up.
Krillin owned count.
Why does this one smell weird?
Unsurprising to those that know DBZ, Krillin is knocked out of the sky and into the ground.
Krillin! Don't worry, Dad. You take Cooler, and I'll take the small fry.
Sauza swats him away.
Dad, help!
And now to lay the coup de grace to the King of Cogs.
His scouter beeps.
What? Whose power level is that? It's going off the scale. But the only one in there was the dying monkey and the pig. Sacre bleu. Could it be the legendary Super Swine?
His scouter explodes.
The hell?
Goku stands outside the cave, fully recovered from eating the sensu bean. If you're not familiar with DBZ, it's actually a short story. Sensu beans are magic recovery beans.
So I really don't think I appreciate you beating on my friends and family.
So wait, which one does this constitute? Friend or family?
Cooler appears behind Sauza, holding Piccolo's limp body.
I'm going to guess friend, considering.
Piccolo! You give him here!
Oh, I wouldn't go anywhere near him if I were you. He seems to have come down with a terrible case of explosions.
What?
Cooler drops Piccolo, who is hit with a ki blast midair, causing an explosion that propels him even quicker into the ground.
Is that contagious?
Sauza flies up and punches Goku in the face, but Goku does not react.
Seriously, I don't want to catch that.
Unfortunately, after I kill you, I'm to give the whole planet a terrible case of explosions. So basically, I'm going to blow up the planet.
Goku, attack mode, activate!
Goku powers up, knocking Sauza away with the resulting shockwave. Goku then flies up to Cooler, punches him in the face, then sends him soaring with a kick. As Goku attempts to land another punch, Cooler grabs him by the wrists.
I see how you handled my little shit brother so easily.
He and Goku fall into the water and later resurface near a waterfall.
And that is the history of my family.
Wow. I'm sorry about your dad.
Oh, don't even get me started again.
Well, I assure you, if I ever have a son, I'll treat him better.
Really, it's my brother's fault, pissing and moaning if he didn't own every galaxy. And he didn't he just ramble on, dirty monkey this, dirty monkey that?
Oh, that is just him. That is exactly him. To a P.
See, though, that's the difference between him and I. He liked to talk. I, on the other hand...
Cooler roars and powers up, shifting into his larger, final form.
Tonight I dine on monkey soup.
He charges at Goku, who manages to escape by disappearing into the sky.
Why do I let people do that? Ah!
Cooler dive kicks him, sending him across the ground, and then punches him into the side of a canyon.
I'ma plant me a dumbass tree.
He throws Goku into the ground and sends him through the earth so fast that when he is jettisoned from the bedrock into a nearby river, that he parts it like the Red Sea, Goku emerges, looking exhausted.
That all you got, monkey?
Ah!
Goku turns Kaioken times 20 and prepares a Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha wave. If you're not into DBZ, it's a powerful form and a powerful attack.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Ah!
Cooler flies through the Kamehameha wave and appears in front of Goku.
Avon calling.
He punches Goku out of the sky, and when he hits the side of a nearby mountain, his body creates a perfect indent in the stone.
Ah! Ugh.
Look at you, wasted and gasping for air. But you don't get to go yet. When your planet is ashes, then you'll have my permission to die.
Goku falls out of the wall and yelps when he hits the ground. A small bird lands near him.
Oh, hello, birdie. I'm gonna call you Toriyama.
The bird appears to die.
Toriyama, no! You were taken before your time. No. No. No!
The devil?
Go, Toriyama, and teach a dinosaur to ride a ball.
Goku holds up the bird, who glows and then flies off healed. Goku now has bleach blonde hair that is much larger than his usual hair. If you're not familiar with DBZ, it's a long story.
I see. This must be the power you used to kill my brother. Well, I don't think that I'll...
Goku suddenly appears next to Cooler and grabs his arm.
Ah!
Not going anywhere for a while?
Cooler breaks free and punches Goku in the stomach with no effect.
Huh?
Grab a Snickers.
Hashtag you're not you when you're hungry. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag please sponsor us.
I can't help but feel we're both missing some context here.
Goku knees him in the stomach.
Ah, my gas pocket.
Now get off my planet.
Well, all right, if you insist. Ha!
He fires a death flash at Goku, which does nothing to him. When the smoke clears, Cooler is holding a supernova. If you're not familiar with DBZ and wondering how this is possible, it's a long story.
Technically, I can't be on a planet if there is no planet.
Now you're just arguing semantics.
By the way, before I throw this thing, did my brother do this?
Yeah, but his was smaller.
Ha! Knew it!
He throws the supernova at Goku, who screams and grabs
Ah!
it, struggling to hold onto it.
See, this is the difference. My brother would have stood around postulating and claiming his victories like some haughty greenhorn child. I know what it takes to get the job done, which is why father should have...
Goku starts lifting the supernova.
Ka-me-ha-me.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead, lift it up. I'll just make another one and...
Ah!
Goku fires a Kamehameha wave to send the supernova back at Cooler.
Oh, that's really getting close!
He grabs the supernova but is unable to halt its momentum and gets launched into space.
I know there's some kind of hubristic irony to consider here, but I'm far too distracted by the coldness of space. Wait, no, now it's actually getting sort of toasty.
He turns and sees that he's hurtling towards the sun.
Oh shit, now it really is getting toasty. Ah! Everything is burning! I really am just like my brother!
As Cooler collides with the sun, he recalls watching the destruction of planet Vegeta 27 years earlier.
Because if he's going to whine to our father for control over the entire system like a spoiled little brat, then he's going to accept the responsibility. If this comes back to bite him, that's his fault.
In the present,
But at least I know I'm still cooler.
he screams and blows up with the sun, which causes the earth to go dark.
Hold on a second.
The sun flickers back into existence and lights up the earth. Goku is laying on the ground.
Son, you grow my food, you kill my enemies. You're totally worth the skin cancer.
Goku, you're okay.
You won!
Yep, and we all pitched in. Except for Icarus. Come here, Goku's hungry.
Wait, what are you?
I want to eat your dragon!
The credits start rolling, but suddenly stop.
Hold the fucking frog legs.
Zaza appears, heavily damaged.
You may have defeated Monsieur Cooler, but now you face the wrath of Sauza.
Zaza gets impaled by a special beam cannon.
I will see you in space hell, cousin Jeez.
He collapses on the ground, dead.
Seriously, give me your dragon!
There Is Always Someone Cooler by Ben Folds starts playing as credits roll, with the background image zooming out to reveal Icarus' skeleton. We hope you enjoyed our performance of Dragon Ball Z Abridged movie, Revenge of Cooler. Goku and Dory were played by Danny Hill. Cooler was played by Sean Robert. Sauza and Nail were played by Abby Brenner. Gohan and Kaiser Neko were played by Celeste English. Krillin was played by Hayes Converse. Piccolo was played by Cam Griffin. Korin and the Fish were played by Lealin Queen. Oolong and Mr. Popo were played by Reach's Beast. Yajirobe and Knees were played by Joel Guttman, and narration was done by me, Mary Rivette. We will now take a 10-minute intermission. The radio drama shorts showcase will continue soon.
Welcome back to our radio drama shorts showcase. Please enjoy our next segment, an excerpt from Inglorious Bastards. Somewhere in England at the height of World War II, a group of soldiers line up at attention as their commanding officer addresses them.
My name is Lieutenant Aldo Rain, and I'm putting together a special team, and I need me 8 soldiers. 8 Jewish American soldiers. Now, y'all might have heard rumors about the Armada happening soon. Well, we'll be leaving a little earlier. We're going to be dropped into France dressed as civilians. And once we're in enemy territory, as a bushwhacking guerrilla army, we're going to be doing one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I sure as hell didn't come down from the goddamn Smoky Mountains, cross 5,000 miles of water, fight my way through half of Sicily, and jump out of a fucking aeroplane to teach the Nazis lessons in humanity. Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating mass murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. And that's why any and every son of a bitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die. Now, I'm the direct descendant of the mountain man Jim Bridger. That means I got a little Indian in me. And our battle plan will be that of an Apache resistance. We will be cruel to the Germans. And through our cruelty, they will know who we are. And they will find the evidence of our cruelty in the disemboweled, dismembered, and disfigured bodies of their brothers we leave behind us. And the German won't be able to help themselves but imagine the cruelty their brothers endured at our hands, and our boot heels, and the edge of our knives. And the German will be sickened by us, and the German will talk about us, and the German will fear us. And when the German closes their eyes at night, and their subconscious tortures them for the evil they have done, it will be with thoughts of us that they are tortured with. Sound good?
Yes, sir!
That's what I like to hear. But I got a word of warning for all you would-be warriors. When you join my command, you take on debit. A debit you owe me, personally. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps. And all y'all will get me 100 Nazi scalps, taken from the heads of 100 dead Nazis. Or you will die trying.
Several weeks later in France, the bastards complete another successful ambush. Several stand guard while others scalp and loot dozens of dead Nazis. Aldo sits in front of an abandoned tunnel, glances over at one of his men, who stands behind the only 3 living Nazis left. The 3 prisoners are on their knees and have their hands behind their heads.
Hey, Hirschberg, send that Kraut Sarge over.
You, go.
The Nazi sergeant slowly stands, walks over to Aldo, and politely salutes his captor.
Sergeant Werner Guttman.
Lieutenant Aldo Rain, pleased to meet you. You know what sit down means, Werner?
Yes.
Then sit down.
Werner does so.
How's your English, Warner? Because if need be, we got a couple of fellers can translate. Wiki there, an Austrian Jew, got the fuck out of Munich while the getting was good, became American, got drafted, came back to give y'all what for. Another one over there you might be familiar with, Sergeant Hugo Stiglitz. Heard of him?
Everybody in the German army has heard of Hugo Stieglitz.
The reason for Hugo Stiglitz's celebrity among the German soldiers is simple. As a German enlisted man, he killed 13 Gestapo officers. Instead of putting him against the wall, the High Command decided to send him back to Berlin to be made an example of. Needless to say, once the bastards heard of him, he never got there.
Can I assume you know who we are?
You're Aldo, the Apache.
Well, Werner, if you heard of us, you probably heard we ain't in the prisoner-taking business. We in the killing Nazi business. And cousin, business is a boomin'. Now that leaves 2 ways we can play this out. Either we kill you, or let you go. Now whether or not you're gonna leave this ditch alive depends entirely on you.
Aldo takes out a map of the area and lays it out in front of his prisoner.
Up the road a piece, there's an orchard. Besides you, we know there's another crop patrol fucking around here somewhere. If that patrol were to have any crack shots, that orchard would be a goddamn sniper's delight. Now, if you ever want to eat a sauerkraut sandwich again, you gotta show me on this here map where they are, you gotta tell me how many there are, and you gotta tell me what kind of artillery they're carrying with them.
You can't expect me to divulge information that would put German lives in danger.
Well, now, Warner, that's where you're wrong, because that's exactly what I expect. I need to know about Germans hiding in trees, and you need to tell me, and you need to tell me right now. Now just take that finger of yours and point out on this here map where this party's being held, how many's coming, and what they brought to play with.
Werner sits, head held high, back straight, chin up, and places his hand on his heart.
I respectfully refuse, sir.
A clacking sound is heard from inside the nearby tunnel.
Hear that?
Yes.
That's Sergeant Donnie Donowitz, but you might know him better by his nickname, the Bear Jew. Now, if you heard Aldo the Apache, you gotta heard about the Bear Jew.
I heard of the Bear Jew.
What'd you hear?
He beats German soldiers with a club.
He bashes their brains in with a baseball bat, what he does. And Warner, I'm gonna ask you one last goddamn time, and if you still respectfully refuse, I'm calling the Bear Jew over, and he's gonna take that big bat of his, and he's gonna beat your ass to death with it. Now take your wiener schnitzel licking finger and point out on this map what I wanna know.
Fuck you. And your Jew dogs.
Actually, Warner, we're all tickled to hear you say that. Quite frankly, watching Donnie beat Nazis to death is the closest thing we get to going to the movies.
Aldo yells towards the tunnel.
Donnie.
Yeah?
We got us a German here who wants to die for country. Oblige him.
Werner stares into the tunnel as the clacking sound gets closer. After several tense moments, Donnie appears, tapping his bat against the brick lining of the tunnel. The muscular soldier walks up to Werner, towering over him. He sees the iron cross hanging from the German sergeant's right pocket and taps it with the end of his bat.
You get that for killing Jews?
Bravery.
Donnie nods, his face filled with a complex emotions as he lightly places the end of the bat on the side of Werner's head before swinging with the power of a professional baseball player. The bastards cheer as Werner hits the ground and Donnie viciously beats him until he stops mooning. Hirschberg talks to the two other Nazis over the cheers.
About now, I'd be shitting my pants if I was you.
Teddy fucking Williams knocks it out of the park. Fenway Park is on his feet for Teddy fucking ball game. He went yard on that one, on the fucking Lansdowne Street.
Donnie points at one of the remaining prisoners.
You!
The Nazi soldier stands and is promptly shot in the back by Hirschberg.
Damn it, Hirschberg. Donnie, bring that other one over here. Alive.
Donnie harshly grabs the sniveling soldier and walks him over to Aldo.
Get the fuck up! Batter up, you're on deck. 2 hits. I hit you, you hit the ground.
Donnie shoves the soldier to his knees in front of Aldo, who lays the map out again.
You want to live?
Yes, sir.
Point out the German position.
His arm shoots out like a rocket and points at the cluster of trees in the southern part of the map.
How many?
About 12.
What kind of artillery?
The Nazi gives a detailed description of the artillery and answers every other question. Aldo asks without hesitation.
Now, when you report what happened here, you can't tell them you told us what you told us. They'll shoot you. But they're going to want to know why you so special we let you live. So tell them, we let you live so you can spread the word through the ranks what's going to happen to every Nazi we find. Now, say we let you go and you survive the war. When you get home, what you going to do?
I will hug my mother like I've never hugged her before.
Well, ain't that nice? Gonna take off your uniform?
Not only shall I remove it, but I intend to burn it.
Yeah, that's what we thought. We don't like that. See, we like our Nazis in uniform. That way you can spot them, just like that. But if you take off that uniform, ain't nobody gonna know you was a Nazi. And that don't sit well with us. So I'm gonna give you a little something you can't take off.
He pulls out a large knife, and the bastards hold the Nazi down while Aldo delicately carves a swastika into the man's forehead. 'Cause really, fuck Nazis.
You know, Lieutenant, you're getting pretty good at that.
You know how you get to Carnegie Hall, don't you? Practice.
We hope you enjoyed our performance of Inglorious Bastards. Lieutenant Aldo Rain was played by Joel Guttman. Sergeant Werner Wachmann was played by Hayes Converse. Sergeant Donnie Donowitz was played by Celeste English. Private Gerald Hirschberg was played by Danny Hill. Private Boots was played by Sean Robert. Narration was done by me, Lealin Queen.
And now, please enjoy our next segment, The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged, Revised.
Now, to add some culture to this performance, we would like to engage in some scholarly discourse about the works of the greatest English playwright, William Shakespeare. To begin from the histories, Troilus and Cressida. Troilus, the youngest son of Priam, the king of Troy, loves Cressida and has arranged with her uncle Pandras for a meeting. Now, although she feigns indifference, she is attracted to him. And meanwhile, Agamemnon, the Greek
No,
commander...
come on. This is the stuff that kids hate to study in school because it's so boring.
Boring? Like, when you said Agamemnon, I was asleep.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, but when we came here to Digital Era Twitch, I said I will not do boring, dry, vomitless Shakespeare. It'll just turn the viewers off. That's what happened to me. When I was in school and we were supposed to be studying Shakespeare, it's like I'd be bored out of my mind. I'd be looking out the window at all the kids playing ball and I'd be saying to myself, why can't all this Shakespeare stuff be more like sports?
Huh. You know what? They are kind of similar.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Well, you want to actually do this? Because there's like a parallel.
Yeah, now let's get matcha. 2542, Rich 3, Henry 6, Part 1, 2, 3.
And the crown is snapped to Richard II and that well-spoken 14th century monarch. He's facing back to pass, looking for the air downfield, but there's a heavy rush coming from King John.
Ah, my gross flesh sinks downward.
And the crown is in the air. Henry VI comes up with it.
Victory is mine!
Oh, but he's hit immediately by King John. He's dividing Henry VI into 3 parts. This could be the end of the War of Roses cycle.
King John is in the clear.
Ah, my soul hath elbow room.
He's at the 35-yard line, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He's poisoned on the 1-yard line. He's out for the game. Replacing him now, number 72, King Lear.
Divide we our kingdom in 3, Cordelia. You go long.
Wait, the ref's blown his whistle. Looks like there's a penalty called. Fictional character on the field. Lear is disqualified. Hit the road, old dude.
Aw.
All right, lining up now, it's that father-son team of Henry IV and Prince Hal. Center snaps to the quarterback gives to the hunchback. It looks like that limp is giving Richard III trouble again.
A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
There's a pileup on the field.
Fumble! And Henry VIII comes up with it. He's headed to the goal line. He's stopped at the 5 to chop off his wife's head.
Who's your daddy?
Touchdown from the Red Rose. Oh my, you better believe this is the beginning of the Tudor dynasty.
Henry V, Richard III, Phillips and George and Charles III.
Oh,
Margie!
Hey, all right.
There you go. So you see, it's totally possible to make these 400-year-old plays accessible to a modern audience. A lot of people like to transpose Shakespeare's tales to modern settings, and we've seen evidence of this with productions of Shakespeare's plays set in such unusual locations as the lunar landscape, Nazi prisoner of war camps, and even Vancouver, British Columbia. In this vein, Alex has traced the roots of Shakespeare's symbolism in the context of pre-Nietzschean society for the totality of jejune, a circular relationship of form, contrasted with the complete otherness of metaphysical cosmologies and ethical mores entrenched in the collective subconscious of an agrarian race. So now, we present Shakespeare's first tragedy, Titus Andronicus, as a cooking program.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, gourmets. And welcome back to Roman Meals. I'm your host, Titus Andronicus. Now look, when you've had a long day, your left hand chopped off, bam! Your son's murdered, your daughter raped, her tongue cut out, both her hands chopped off, bam, bam! Well, the last thing you want to do is cook, you know what I mean? Unless, of course, you cook the rapist and serve him to his mother at the dinner party. My daughter Lavinia and I will show you how. Good evening, Lavinia.
Oh,
And how are we feeling today?
good. I got my tongue chopped out.
I know, it's a pisser, isn't it? But we will have our revenge, now won't we? Now hark, villain, I will grind your bones to dust, and of your blood in it I'll make a paste, and of that paste a coffin I will rear, and make a pasty of your shameful head. Bam! Come, Lavinia, receive the blood.
Okay.
Now, first thing you want to do is make a nice clean incision from the carotid artery to the jugular vein, like so.
Oh, gross. Oh, ew.
Now be sure to use a big bowl because the human body's got about 4 quarts of blood in it and you don't want to miss a single drop. Forget about it. Now when that he is dead, which should be... Now, I will grind his bones into powder small, and with that hateful liquor temper it, and in that paste let his vile head be baked. At about 350 degrees, and 40 minutes later you have the most delicious human head pie fit to serve a king. With some lovely lady fingers for dessert. Now, who will be the first to try this delicious, tasty treat? Welcome, gracious lord. Welcome, dread queen. Will please you eat? Will please you feed? Come on, it's finger-licking good. Well, that's about all the time we have. Thank you so much for tuning in, and do join us next week when our very special guest chef, Timon of Athens, will make a ratatouille out of the Merry Wives of Windsor. And until then, bon appetit!
Okay, let's lighten up from all that heavy tragedy and do some of the comedies for a while.
Word, comedies.
Now, when it came to comedy, Shakespeare was a genius at borrowing and adapting plot devices from different theatrical traditions.
These influences include the Roman plays of Plautus and Terence, Ovid's Metamorphoses, which are hysterically funny, as well as the rich Italian tradition of Commedia dell'arte.
Yeah, basically, Shakespeare stole every comedy he ever wrote.
No, stole's a little strong. Distilled, maybe.
Well, okay, he distilled the 3 or 4 funniest comic gimmicks of his time, and then he milked them into 16 plays.
Yeah, you see, basically Shakespeare was a formula writer. Once he found a device that worked, he used it over and over and over and over again.
So, Mr. Shakespeare, the question we have is this. Why did you write 16 comedies when you could have just written 1?
Well, in answer to this question, we have taken the liberty of condensing all 16 of Shakespeare's comedies into a single play, which we have entitled The Comedy of Two Well-Measured Gentlemen Lost in the Merry Wives of Venice on a Midsummer's 12th Night in Winter.
Or
Cymbeline taming Persiles, the merchant in the Tempest of Love, as much as you like it for nothing.
Or 4 Weddings and a Crossdresser.
Act 1. A Spanish duke swears an oath of celibacy and turns to the rule of his kingdom over to his sadistic and tyrannical twin brother. He learns of fantastic feats of magic and sets sail for the golden age of Greece, along with his daughters, 3 beautiful and virginal sets of identical twins. While running near Italy, the duke's ship is caught in a terrible tempest, which, in its fury, casts the duke upon the desert island, along with the loveliest and most virginal of his daughters, who stumbles into a cave, where she is molested by a creature who is either a man or a fish, or both.
Act 2, the long-lost sons of the Duke's brother, also coincidentally 3 sets of identical twins, have just arrived in Italy. Though still possessed of an inner nobility, they are ragged, destitute, penniless, flea-infested shadows of the men they once were, and in utmost extremity are forced to borrow money from an old Jew, who deceives them into putting down their brains as the collateral on the loan. Now the 6 brothers fall in love with the 6 Italian sisters, 3 of whom are contentious, sharp-tongued little shrews, while the other 3 are submissive, air-headed little bimbos.
Act 3. The shipwrecked, identical daughters of the Duke wash up on the shores of Italy, disguise themselves as men, become pages to the shrews and matchmakers to the Duke's brothers' sons. They lead all the lovers into a nearby forest where, on a midsummer night, a bunch of mischievous fairies squeeze the aphrodisiac juice of a hermaphroditic flower into the shrews' eyes, causing them to fall in love with their own pages, who have in turn have fallen in love with the Duke's brothers' sons, while the Queen of the Fairies seduces a jackass and they all have an orgy.
Act 4. The elderly fathers of the Italian sisters, finding their daughters missing, dispatch messengers, the pages, telling them to kill any man in the vicinity.
However, unable to find the men in the forest, the faithful messengers, in a final misguided act of loyalty, deliver the messages to each other and kill themselves.
Meanwhile, the fish creature and the Duke arrive in the forest disguised as Russians and, for no apparent reason, perform a 2-man underwater version of Uncle Vanya.
Act 5. The Duke commands the fairies to right their wrongs.
The pages and the bimbos get into a knockdown, drag-out fight in the mud,
during which the pages' clothes get ripped off, revealing female genitalia.
The Duke recognizes his daughters.
The Duke's brothers' sons recognize their uncle.
One of the shrews is elected senator from New York.
And they all get married and go out to dinner.
Except for a minor character in the second act who gets eaten by a bear, and the Duke's brothers' sons, who, unable to pay back the old Jew, give themselves lobotomies.
And they
all live happily ever after.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed our performance of the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged, Revised. Bob was played by Sean Roberts, Adam was played by Danny Hill, Ben was played by Abby Brenner, Kurt was played by Celeste English, Cam was played by Cam Griffin, and no, I didn't misread that. Alex was played by Lealin Queen, Lavinia was played by Joel Guttman, Tyrone was played by Mary Rivette, and Titus was played by me, Hayes Converse.
And now, please enjoy our next segment, Girl Genius, Revenge of the Weasel Queen, Part 1. It is a world ruled by mad scientists. Philosophers have told us that in an infinite universe, anything is possible. Thus, somewhere out there in reality, where you, the listener, are actually a crazed mad scientist, or to be more polite, a spark. You rule the world with an iron hand from your lonely mountaintop castle, sending armies of undead monsters, giant insects, or even hideous extra-dimensional intelligences against helpless villagers, and battling endlessly with your fellow scientists, wanting nothing more than to dance upon their bodies while the rest of the world acknowledges your genius and cedes your mastery over all who kneel before you. If all that sounds like like your idea of fun time, you'll fit perfectly into the world of girl genius. In our last episode, Agatha Heterodyne, our hero,
Science!
and her companions cross Emperor of all cats,
No.
Zetha, the lost princess of the equally lost city of Scafander,
Hey.
and other
Othar Tryggvason, gentleman adventurer.
managed to thwart the nefarious plans of Pondacy and the villainous vegetable,
Yeah, that was a tough one.
and are now taking a well-deserved break
Took us what, 3 minutes?
in a quiet woodland glade
At least you got a salad out of it.
from which no one has ever emerged alive.
And a tasty. Wait, what was that?
What was what?
I thought I heard. Never mind.
So, Othar, it's been nice working with you for a given value of nice, but I'm sure you have zeppelins to chase or something, right?
This is indeed true. Not far from here is the town of Zogeltonk, which is attacked every night by mysterious creatures who drag away anyone foolish enough to go out after dark.
What happens to them?
No one knows. That is why they have sent for me, Othar Tryggvason, gentleman adventurer. I don't suppose you'd be interested in joining me. It's probably nothing more than some crazed local madman abducting innocent villagers in order to make them into his twisted servants, but it'll kill an afternoon.
Ah, gee, we'd love to, but look at the time.
Indeed, I see it is time to help, time to vanquish evil, time to reclaim another small corner of the world from the shadowy menace of those who would use their evil genius to subjugate the innocent.
My watch must have stopped.
Help!
Did you hear that?
Yes, it came from...
Monsters, help!
Over there, let's go!
There's the man who was calling for help. He's down, and there's a woman. What is that next to her? Good lord!
That's the biggest rabbit I've ever seen!
Ah, that's because you haven't seen the 2 others right behind you!
Fresh meat!
Look out! Those teeth are as long as my arm.
Not anymore. I just broke them. I think I'll turn you inside out. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh, ick.
Oh, yes, that's why. Sorry about your clothes.
I will eat this woman.
Foolish rabbit, you face Zetha, daughter of Chump, heir to the warrior throne of Scafander. Face my shovel.
A shovel? What can you do with the... Ow! Hey, how did you move so... Ow! Why are you even carrying... Ow! Oh, I think I'll leave this other woman.
Ah, good. I wanted a chance to test my pocket de-arming device.
Ha! Foolish human. I need no weapons.
I didn't say anything about weapons.
Ah, my arms!
Ah, better. Up until now, all it did was rip my pockets off.
Woo! I always wanted a rabbit's foot.
As a hat? Ew. Zetha, why are you using a shovel instead of your swords?
Silly girl, you can't dig a hole with swords.
Right. This fellow appears to have passed out, but other than that, he's okay. How about you, miss?
The unconscious man is in pricely garb, while the woman, who has unusually large teeth, is wearing a leather bikini, fur boots, and a helmet made of a rodent skull.
Oh, you took out 3 Lipimoths.
Is that what they're called?
Those stories I was told about people being grabbed from the town of Zogeltonk? Unless I miss my guess, we've found the problem.
Oh, the villagers called you?
Indeed they did. Othar Tryggvason, gentleman adventurer, at your service.
Oh, Mr. Tryggvason. Are these your assistants?
No.
No.
We're still haggling over the minor details.
So what happened?
How much did the village elders told you?
Only that people have been disappearing.
It's been about 6 weeks. The first few who disappeared, people thought it was the usual zombie warriors, giant insects, hideous extra-dimensional intelligences from Herr Kloppin's well.
That's the usual around here?
Rent's cheap. However, 2 weeks ago, the elders sent a message. The town was now under the control of Feratina the Weasel Queen. As long as she was allowed to take one of the young men from the village every month, maybe 2, depends on the time, the attack would stop. They agreed, but I see now that was merely a ruse to buy time. Very clever.
Ferretina, the Weasel Queen?
Oh, you've heard of her?
No, I just can't believe the name.
Excuse you, around here, that is a name to be feared. You do well to remember that.
Well, if all she had were these giant rabbits, I'm not too worried.
They're a work in progress, or, so I've heard.
I can believe that.
Good.
Actually, we know nothing about this Ferretina. For all we know, one of these rabbits was her.
Oh, now you are just pulling my legs.
No,
I cannot.
I don't think so. Rabbits are timid over herbivores, so minions perhaps, but leaders, I can't see it.
Agatha, we're not talking about cute little fuzzy bunnies. These things were 3 meters tall, carnivorous, and smart enough to talk.
Animal-based constructs can be warped, that's true, but the basic nature of the animal remains.
Prove it.
Are you, as a cat, prepared to accept certain intellectual precepts?
Such as?
Such as, if you stand there talking, this string is going to escape!
Ah, no, you don't get back here. Ah, I got you. I got you.
Q-E, duh.
Damn you.
But Agatha, these rabbits were carrying these people off, and they did try to eat us.
Yes, that is puzzling. In any case, you're lucky we happened along, ma'am.
Oh, I agree. You must allow me, excuse me, I'm a little tongue-tied over Mr. Shiny over there. You must allow me to agree thank these gallant rescuers properly. Please come to my humble abode.
Well, if only to bring your young man home.
Okay, well, he's not my young man. I happen to live over by that glade. He's from the village.
Tell you what, we'll take this guy back to the village and Othar could walk you back to your place.
Oh, that would be most enjoyable.
Oh, really?
Indeed. When the mood strikes me, I can be most gracious.
Golly.
I'm sorry, was that the wrong word?
Yes, but I think it was still about perfect.
Well, I suppose someone should see the young lady home.
Are you still here?
The village of Zongeltalk is past those trees. You'll go down a small road next to a brook, turn left. You can't miss it. I imagine the village elders would be so glad to see you. Now, I didn't peg you as a here Tigerson, but I might if you let me.
See you in the village.
Not if we can help it. Okay, let's see if we can wake this guy up.
Is that wise? He's had a rough time. Medically, sleep is probably the best thing for him.
Ah, so you'll carry him all the way to Zoggletonk then?
Rise and shine!
Ah, no, stop! Who are you?
I'm Agatha Heterodyne. My companions and I saved you and your lady friend from some giant rabbits.
I'm Jor Foxclunker. Those giant rabbits have been terrorizing our village and... Wait a minute. What lady friend?
The lady you were with? You know, leather bikinis, rabbit skull headdress, fur boots, sharp teeth.
That was no friend of mine, nor any human. You described the evil Ferretina, the Weasel Queen. Couldn't you tell?
Well, we meet a lot of strangely dressed people.
At least she was color coordinated. This could be bad. Ferretina now knows that the village elders were just stalling until Othar arrived.
Ah, you know we sent for the great Othar Tryggvason?
Gentleman adventure. What am I doing?
Yes, we traveled here with him.
What? That's wonderful. We're saved. Where is he?
Walking Ferretina back to her lair.
Oh.
But fear not, I am Agatha Heterodyne.
Oh, you couldn't help us get a message to Baron Wolfenbach, could you?
Perhaps we worry needlessly. What does this Ferretina do with the men she demands?
Well, she does demand well-formed, lusty young men over 6 feet tall and under the age of 25.
I see.
You do?
Yes, she says those taste best when grilled with cheese.
Oh, I didn't see that.
What did you see?
Never you mind.
Well, come on, we've got to hurry.
Where to?
We've got to save Othar.
We do?
Of course we do. He has no idea that he's walking into a trap. If we don't save him, he might be killed.
Is this one of those situations that involves ethics, because I'm a cat, you know. I've never been very good at those.
Let me put it this way. Help me save him, or I will hit you with a stick.
How big a stick?
Will Agatha be able to find a big enough stick? Will Ophar find that he's in danger in time? Will he figure it out at all? And what kind of cheese goes best with grilled ham? To find out, tune in again for the further adventures of Agatha Heterodyne, Girl Genius! We hope you enjoyed our performance of Girl Genius, Revenge of the Weasel Queen Part 1. Agatha Heterodyne was played by Abby Brenner. Cross was played by Celeste English. Othar Tryggvason
Gentleman Adventurer!
was played by Hayes Converse. Zetha was played by Celeste English. Fedorina was played by Lealin Queen. Dwarf was played by Sean Robert. Rabbit 1 was played by Mary Rivette. Rabbit 2 was played by Reach's Beast. Narration was done by me, Danny Hill.
And now, please enjoy our next segment, Big Top Burger, Season 1. A food truck sits parked on a sidewalk. It's painted blue and white and covered in colorful polka dots with the words Big Top Burger printed on its side. A man approaches the order window and is greeted by a woman with orange hair, white clown face paint, and a bright red nose.
Hi, welcome to Big Top Burger, where our motto is hot tires, hot burgers.
Whoa, interesting motto. May I have a simple burger, please?
Oh, coming right up. Hey, Tim, can I get a simple burger?
An answer comes from inside the truck.
No, Penny, you may not.
1 second, sir.
Retreating inside, Penny approaches a blond man in a chef's hat, apron, and a similar uniform to hers, but with a purple nose. He's staring at the interior wall of the truck.
Hey, Tim, what's up?
The whole stove's gone.
Oh.
Someone just ripped it out of the wall.
A third uniformed employee chimes in. She has messy black hair with streaks of gray and a blue clown nose on her painted face.
I mean, it was probably Steve.
Why do you say that, Billy?
There's like a trail of grease leading into his office.
Penny quickly returns to the customer at the window.
Just 1 more second, sir.
Tim opens up the door to the truck's cabin.
Steve, you didn't happen to see the stove, did you?
Inside, Tim finds their boss, Steve. He's a larger man with a white face, red nose, and red hair, dressed sloppily in a black trench coat and beanie. He's hunched over the truck's stove, about to insert a tray.
Ah, there it is.
Steve, what are you doing?
Preparing some treats for my daughter's bake sale, of course.
There are only rocks on the tray.
Oh, wow, sir. I didn't know you had a daughter.
I don't think he does. Steve, man, the stove's not even plugged into anything.
Past his employees, Steve spies the customer at the window.
Is that a customer I see?
Steve vanishes, as in actually vanishes, and then reappears at the window.
Hello, little boy.
Me?
What would you like on this fine morning?
I feel like my chain's being yanked around a bit here, but I shall repeat, just a simple burger for, please, sir.
Oh, what a wonderful little boy. A tuppence for you.
Wiping a tear from his eye, Steve produces a 2-pence coin and flips it to the customer. He steps back inside the truck, lifts his own hat, and removes a fully cooked burger from within the beanie. The burger, anything but simple, is held in a chalk-white bun covered in sprinkles.
Now hold on 1 second.
Steve returns to the window and hands the customer his order.
Merry Christmas to you, my boy.
Huh, all right. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Aren't we in June?
Yeah, it's June.
It's 100% June.
It's February 19th. Later, the Big Top burger truck rolls down the highway. Steve is in the driver's seat, listening to the radio while holding a burger in his mouth.
You're listening to 102.5 Food Truck Radio, where we only play Weird Al.
As you should.
Looking out the window, he spots an elk in a wooded clearing along the road. Meanwhile, the employees chat in the back of the truck.
I just don't see how there can be a brunch rush. People don't get brunch breaks.
Maybe they're having brunch for lunch, huh?
But it's 9 in the morning.
The truck suddenly stops.
Oh, we're here.
Penny opens the shutter on the order window, and as she and Billy look out, their eyes go wide.
I thought we had like 15 minutes to go.
Tim approaches the window to see that they have stopped in the forest clearing.
I see.
The elk gallops into the clearing with Steve clinging to its antlers. The beast violently shakes its head in an attempt to throw the clown off.
Steve, buddy, what are you doing?
Getting meat for the burgers.
Now, Steve, we have plenty of good meat in the freezer. We're all covered on meat.
Steve is now on the ground, grappling with the elk by its horns.
Oh, Steve, you can do it. Get that meat.
Don't encourage him.
The elk flings Steve into the air. When he descends, the elk kicks Steve into a tree trunk.
You're pretty strong.
Should we help him at all, or...?
Nah, man. That elk looks jacked.
The elk approaches Steve. With a flash, Steve disappears and reappears behind the elk and unleashes a flurry of blows. The elk is unaffected.
Steve, we're missing the brunch rush, man.
Steve and the elk are now playing poker. The elk has a full house, but Steve reveals...
4 aces. You lost the moment you entered these woods.
I guess I'll do... something.
Careful, Billy.
Billy steps out of the truck, grabs a stick, and swings it unenthusiastically at the elk.
Get out of here, you noble creature.
The elk runs off into the woods, and Steve begins to cry.
No! Come back! Michael! My son!
Weren't you trying to eat it?
Steve, suddenly seated in the wheel of the truck, or behind the wheel of the truck, honks the horn as he calls out to Billy.
Billy, my girl, hurry! We mustn't miss the brunch rush!
What?
Hurry, Billy!
Okay, hold on.
Later in the day, the truck parks on another sidewalk. With no customers around, Penny goes into the truck's cabin.
Hey, Steve, I was... Whoa! Steve, why are you so big?
Steve is indeed now twice his normal size and barely fits in the driver's seat.
Everything's fine! Don't phone the fire department!
Oh, don't worry, sir, I won't.
Between you and me, Peggy, I smoked this jewel, and it did unthinkable things to my mind and body.
The Juul brand electronic cigarette in question is a computer-rendered, textureless gray cylinder. Hashtag not sponsored, hashtag don't ask to sponsor us, because vaping is as harmful and addictive as cigarettes. Like he said, it will do unthinkable things to your mind and body. Don't smoke, kids.
Wow, I didn't know that they could do that.
Back on Broadway yet again.
Steve recalls playing Old Deuteronomy in a production of Cats.
The moments of happiness.
And it was so much better than the film. Billy pokes her head into the truck's cabin.
Penny, can I get your help over here?
Oh, yeah, sure thing.
Penny takes one last worried look at Steve before following Billy to the order window.
Hey, what's up?
There's this kid out there. I think he's a customer. Something's wrong with him, though. He's really freaking me out.
Don't worry, I'm great with kids.
Outside the truck is a kid, quote unquote. He's dressed in a 19th century little lad sailor suit with a large pink lollipop. The suspiciously shaped child bears a striking resemblance to Steve.
Hello, Mrs. Clown. May I have a bowl of soup?
Billy, I think that's our boss. You know, Steve.
That's impossible.
The child begins to shrink.
Is he getting smaller?
Wow.
The child continues to rapidly shrink until he disappears. A moment later, an elderly man in a pinstripe suit approaches the window.
Excuse me, ladies. Is this establishment open for dining?
Oh, yeah, sure thing.
What can we get you?
I've got a terrible craving for a burger, if you'd believe it.
Oh, cool. We sell those, right?
I think so. Let me check with Tim.
Back in the truck, Penny approaches Tim from behind. Tim is staring at the door to the truck's cabin.
Tim, we're still doing burgers, right? You know, despite it all.
Tim, quote unquote, turns to reveal that he is actually Steve, with Tim's glasses, hat, and apron.
A pleasure to meet you. My name's Tom.
What?
A tired, hatless Tim, actual Tim, steps out of the truck's cabin behind Steve. Suddenly, Tim's glasses, hat, and apron disappear from Steve and reappear on Tim. Steve then also disappears.
Something's up with that Steve guy. He's got a weird vibe.
Oh, he definitely does. Oh, the customer! Sorry, sir, your burger's on the way.
Oh, it's no trouble. You've got a fine eatery here, man.
Aw, thank you. I'm not the owner, though. That would be our boss. Steve.
The name leaves Penny's lips in slow motion. Letters spelling out the name Steve visibly float out of her mouth before the name turns into a miniature version of Steve suspended in a T-pose. With zero explanation or resolution, we don't know how or why this happens. Later, the truck is driving along the highway when another truck pulls up along beside it. The new truck is black with red paint oozing down its sides that reads Zomburger. Its driver is a man with pale, bluish skin and sunken yellow eyes. Steve glares at the other driver before swerving his truck into the side of his competitors.
Oh, you want a roughhouse, huh? You want to take some sucker shots at my banana cage? Oh, you want to take some sucker shots at my banana cage, Bilbo? Well, let's tango!
The ghoulish driver pulls a lever and opens up his truck's order window, revealing the Zomburger staff. A large man in a yellow suit who resembles Frankenstein's monster, a dark-skinned woman with one eye seemingly sewn shut, and a man in a tattered doctor's coat.
Conrad! Ready the cannon!
The larger man, apparently Conrad, hefts a rusty cannon over his shoulder.
Cannon ready, boss.
Ha! Fire!
A cannonball collides with the Big Top Burger, and the startled employees peek out of the window.
What the heck is going on? Ugh, not you guys again.
Who are they?
Oh, that's Chaseray and Zomburger, our rival food truck. This is the day you die, Big Top Burger!
Die?
Yeah. I think also they're trying to destroy us.
Another cannonball is fired, but overshoots the truck.
Hey, Steve, how's business? You sell any burgers? His burgers are bad, but mine are 100% worse. We're practically selling charcoal on a bun.
Our burgers make yours look like beef Wellington, like the apple Eve gave unto Adam.
It's highway robbery. It's criminal. Nobody can even digest what we're making.
How is that a good thing?
Yeah, hold on.
How is that a good thing?
You fools! This is a themed restaurant. People only come here to make humorous Instagram posts about our absurd burgers.
The doctor, quote unquote, holds up a Zomburger. Held in its deep blue buns are 3 pitch black bricks of incinerated meat patties and a human skull. An actual human skull.
The worse the food, the better the sales.
Bad food sells burgers, Steve. Bad food sells burgers. Ready the cannon?
Oh, what a strange business model.
Yeah, they're just riffing it over there, aren't they?
Conrad launches another cannonball, which hits Steve and sends him flying out onto the highway.
We got him! Somebody pour Gatorade on Conrad. We got him. Wrap it up.
The doctor and the one-eyed woman lift a bucket over Conrad and drench him in orange Gatorade. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag, yeah, we'll take that sponsorship. Yeah, just reach out. We'll talk.
Let's head home, boys.
The Big Top Burger begins to drift.
Is anyone driving the truck?
The sound of footsteps fill the air as Steve, ninja running like Naruto himself, with his arms behind him, matches pace with the 2 trucks. Chaseray looks on with only mild annoyance.
I knew you were going to do this from the moment I got out of bed today. Typical Steve, I'm not surprised.
Steve reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a katana with a blade longer than his body.
Oh, you would pull some horse piss like this.
With a single swipe, Steve slices the Zomburger truck horizontally. The occupied upper half of the Zomburger truck flies off into the air while the lower half with wheels continues rolling.
God damn it!
I'll get you for this, Steve!
The Zomburger crew crash into the ground far away with a loud explosion.
Oh my god!
Steve leaps atop his own truck and steers it back on course as if he were riding a surfboard.
Is this normal food truck stuff?
Don't worry about it. Later, at the same sidewalk where they began the day, Penny waves goodbye as the last customer of the day departs.
Thanks for coming. Have a good night.
Penny closes the order window, and the crew remove their hats and colored noses before washing the white makeup off their skin. The three share a smile before exiting the truck. The customer from earlier that morning spots them.
Well, this can't be right. Why are you folks all clowns this morning?
Yeah, it was just makeup, like grease paint.
What did you think it was?
Well, I thought you were all real, genuine clowns. Very disappointing.
Dude, clowns aren't real. That's wild.
Yeah, that'd be insane. Hey, Steve, you coming?
Steve steps out from the back of the truck, still in full clown garb.
Just gonna wear that all night, huh? Weird vibes on this guy, I'm telling you.
See you tomorrow, Billy. See you, Tim.
Bye, Penny.
Penny sets out on her own while Tim and Billy head toward a bar, with Steve following close behind. A honking sound emanates from Steve as his head size momentary glitches. We hope you enjoyed our performance of Big Top Burger, Season 1. Steve, Chaseray, and Customer 2 were played by Cam Griffin. Penny and Francis were played by Abby Brenner. Billy was played by Sean Robert. Tim was played by Danny Hill. Conrad was played by Mary Rivette. The Doctor was played by Hayes Converse. Customer 1 was played by Celeste English. RaDEEo was played by Reach's Beast. Narration was done by me, Joel Guttman.
And now, please enjoy our final segment, Red vs. Blue, Season 10, Episode 22. Don't Say It. A man in a military uniform sits alone in a room watching a video of a woman.
Beginning playback.
Leonard, come on, stop it. Put that thing down. You're gonna make me late. They're waiting for me.
A soldier in full-body turquoise armor enters the room. Her armor includes a helmet with an opaque visor.
Hello, Director.
Hello, Agent Carolina. Would you like to watch this file with me?
No.
Play it again, Phyllis.
Director?
Again.
So, this is what you've become.
I just need to watch this. I think I have a way. A way to bring it back right this time.
The authorities are hunting you now. If I found you, they will too.
I just need a bit more time.
A projector in the room activates, displaying a hologram of another soldier in dark blue armor.
No! You've had your fucking time. You have to answer for what you did. To the Meta, to Washington, to Carolina, to me and to her! To Texas!
Hello, Epsilon. You came all this way just to see me?
I'm here to remember what you've done. Somebody has to.
Church.
Not all of us got off scot-free, Carolina.
The projection of Epsilon changes into a series of other soldiers.
He was brilliant.
And we trusted him.
But he lied to us. He twisted.
And tortured us. And used us.
Manipulated us for his own purposes. And for what? For this. The shadow.
The projection returns to its original form.
He needs to pay.
The video continues running.
Leonard, come on. I have to go. Don't make me hurt you.
Carolina removes her helmet and stares at the director. The director hesitantly looks up at her, revealing that they have the same green eyes. They stare at each other for a long moment, until they're interrupted by the woman in the video.
And don't worry, you'll see me again.
Carolina continues to stare at the director. looking sadder with each passing second. She leans down and kisses him softly on the forehead.
Ready?
Just a bit more time.
Come on, Church. We're leaving.
I thought we came all this way to kill him.
Church. Remember what you learned in the memory unit? You need to let go. Your past doesn't define who you are. It just gives you the starting point for who you're going to be.
Carolina turns to leave.
Agent Carolina,
Yes, Director.
would you be so kind as to leave me your pistol?
Carolina removes her pistol from her holster and places it on the director's desk.
Thank you, Carolina.
Goodbye, sir.
Carolina leaves the room, leaving just Epsilon and the director alone.
You were my greatest creation.
I don't know what I am, but I do know this. I'm more than just a copy of you. I'm better than you.
I wasn't speaking to you. Play it again, Phyllis.
Beginning playback.
Thank you, Phyllis. Now, I would like you to erase all our files except for this one.
All our files? Does that include me, Director?
It has been a pleasure working with you, Phyllis. I am sorry.
And you as well, Director.
And before you do, please shut down all the facility systems as well. Take everything offline.
Director, this is a sealed facility. If I shut down all the systems, life support would not.
Thank you, Phyllis. Shut them all down. Lock me in.
All right. Was the project a success? Did you find what you were looking for?
No. No, I did not. But I believe I might have come very close. I wish I knew.
And don't worry, you'll see me again.
I see.
Perhaps the next time around.
As the door to the room begins to close, the director raises Carolina's pistol to his chin.
It has been an honor, sir.
Allison's final words from the video can be heard as the door closes and locks.
Don't say goodbye. I hate goodbyes.
Outside the facility, Carolina and Epsilon watch groups of soldiers in red and blue armor preparing to ship out together.
I guess that's that.
I guess it is.
Carolina, after everything we've been through, I just want to say thanks.
You're thanking me? For what?
For showing me a different side of myself.
Same here. What about your teams? What will happen to them?
Oh, there's still one place we haven't visited. Somewhere we can make a home.
Show me.
Many years ago, the director stood with another officer in a control room.
This seems like a major setback for us.
Only momentarily, Counselor. We will recover. The Alpha will need to be moved, though. Somewhere far from here. Somewhere where no one knows who he is.
He will need a security detail. Someone we can trust. Might I suggest Flowers, sir?
Flowers? You mean Agent Florida?
The door to the control room opens and a soldier in blue armor walks in.
Ready for duty, sir, and might I say, pleased as punch you pick me.
Huh. Well, we will need a good cover story to explain his disappearance. People will wonder what happened to Florida.
Leave that all to me, sir.
Behind the director and counselor is a computer display of the United States. Several targets lock onto the state of Florida. The state breaks off from the rest of the land, then shatters.
Very well, but security is not enough. The Alpha needs anonymity, a place where no one will think to look for him.
I believe I know exactly the place.
Show me.
In the present, The red soldiers move into an abandoned outpost in a canyon.
Griff, front and center on the double.
Sarge, I'm tired. Do I have to do it on the double?
Look at me, sir. I got front and center on the triple.
Dagnabbit, now I've got 2 insubordinate soldiers. When I say double, I mean double.
I will only go so far as single and a half.
If these orders were hamburgers, then you'd do a double.
What? Who has hamburgers?
The only hamburger meat here is gonna be your face when I'm done with my shotgun court-martial. And don't even ask me about the type of buns.
That sounds like the most delicious punishment ever.
Of all time. Meanwhile, the blue soldiers move into another outpost on the opposite side of the canyon.
Caboose, don't touch that. You'll break it.
Oh no, I won't. Oh, I broke it. Tucker did it.
Dude, you can't say that when I'm right here.
Tucker said it.
Oh my god, dude, shut up.
Both of you shut up and get back to work.
What do you mean back to work? That implies previous work.
I am putting my back to work. It's called twerking.
As the soldiers continue bickering, Epsilon and Carolina watch both groups from a cliff above the canyon.
Seems like they're getting settled.
Yep.
So I guess everything is finally getting back to normal?
What passes for normal around here, sure. What can I tell you? We're home. I mean, they're home.
Can I make a suggestion? Don't say goodbye.
Goodbye? I didn't realize I was going somewhere.
I intercepted a military transmission. Seems some low-level thugs have some armor and equipment that's way above their pay grade. Sounds like it might be some of the missing gear from a certain defunct military project we both know.
Is that right?
I think I'll go get it back. Hate to think about it being in the wrong hands.
And
with all that equipment, I could really use someone to help me run it. You seem uniquely qualified for the job.
I don't know.
I figured we could set some things right that we helped make wrong.
That's a lot of things to make right.
Yep. Could keep us busy for quite a while.
It would be nice to be a good guy again.
Epsilon, what you and I were involved with, the things we helped do, I'll be honest, I don't know if we could ever get all the way back to good. But I think we have a chance to do better. And if we wake up every day and try to make things better, eventually we might find that better is good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah. Still, I hate to leave without saying something. They deserve to at least hear goodbye.
My mother had a saying. Did I ever tell you about my mother?
No. I don't think you ever did.
She wasn't around a lot when I was a kid. And when she was, she could only stay a short time. Seems like she always had somewhere else to be. Something important to do. And when she left, she wouldn't say goodbye to me. Instead, she always told me, never say goodbye. If you don't say goodbye, then you aren't really gone. You just aren't here right now.
Your mother sounds like a smart lady.
She was. She really was. Had terrible taste in men, though.
Below, one of the blue soldiers spots them.
Hey, Church, come down here. We want to show you something. Church!
The soldier glances away for a moment when he sees a squad mate approach him, but when he looks at the cliff again, Epsilon and Carolina are gone.
Church?
Hey, Caboose, you find Church?
Nah, I didn't find him.
Well, where do you think he is?
I don't know. Somewhere. He's just not here right now.
Up on the cliff, just out of sight, lies an abandoned rifle. We hope you enjoyed our performance of Red vs. Blue, Season 10, Episode 22, Don't Say It. Agent Carolina and Sarge were played by Reach's Beast. Epsilon was played by Hayes Converse. The Director and Epsilon Gamma were played by Cam Griffin. Allison and Epsilon Omega were played by Abby Brenner. Phyllis and Flowers were played by Joel Guttman. Tucker and the Counselor were played by Danny Hill. Caboose and Epsilon Sigma were played by Lealin Queen. Griff and Epsilon Theta were played by Sean Robert. Washington was played by Mary Rivette. Narration and Simmons were played by me, Celeste English. This concludes our RaDEEo Dramas Shorts Showcase. Thank you very much for listening. Audio engineering for today's showcase was provided by John H. Baker. We are pleased to announce that on Saturday, March 26th, we will be doing a RaDEEo drama presentation of Pokemon 3, the movie Curse of the Unknown, both normal and poorly translated by LingoJam. The performance will begin at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. For more nerdy content, please follow Digital Era Entertainment here on Twitch, and you can listen to our past RaDEEo drama performances on Digital Era Entertainment's YouTube channel. Once again, thank you for tuning in. We hope you'll join us again next time.
Goodbye.
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us across social media for updates. Thanks for watching!